life is full of choices, like which flavor to get here, um, what to wear today. Um, you have so many choices you can make in life. One of these big choices is to whether to follow God. You know, like when I was at camp, I decided to follow God, and and I started reading the Bible. I started, trying to be godly, and and then I made the decision to get baptized, and that was, and then after that, life is still full of choices, so I had to try to make choices, godly decisions, um, and sometimes when you're closest to God, the devil will try to tempt you to make the wrong choice, not the godly choice that God wants you to choose. And it's okay to give in, but you try to stay with God. And if you give in, you drift away from God. You're not that close to Him, and so sometimes God will always be there for you, and sometimes you just gotta make the choice to ask Him for help and to save you from the devil's wrath. So try to make that choice when you're drifting away from God.
This year, I really wanted to be an accepting friend to the new people and the continuous people or the existing people that were already at my school. And I think that this year I was really open to people, and now I have like 5 new friends, and I keep making more. So I think it's really good for myself and my friends to be open instead of in our little groups, because I realized that at my school there's a lot of groups that there's one group that's like the popular or the not so popular or the geeks kind of, but I thought that this year it was really a big deal, because when you go somewhere new you don't know anyone, so you kind of feel awkward, and so I didn't want them to feel that way. So I thought it was a really big challenge for me to step up, and it wasn't actually that hard because you just have to put your faith in God and everything happens.
Okay, so before summer, my great uncle, he passed away, and it was kind of the first time I experienced death, and it was the first time I realized that we're not going to live forever, then someday we'll go to heaven. And it was sad, and my great aunt, she was really sad, and it kind of made me think that kind of how grateful I was that I still had people close to me, and it also made me think of other people that aren't as fortunate. Like, I serve in an orphanage in Mexico, and a lot of them, their parents either couldn't afford them or they passed away, and I'm sure they're probably feeling something close to the pain that I felt and that my great aunt felt. And I also serve in a soup kitchen from time to time, and they probably have a lot of pain too, and it kind of reminds me of this verse. It was Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving I will present my requests to God. And I think that means like be grateful for what you have, but also for people who don't have as much, that God will be there when you need Him, and He'll help you through the tough times.
You know, phones are like such great tools for us in this day, and we can use them for communication. But speaking of communication, I think I need to learn more about communication with my mom, especially when we're in conflict, because lately I've gotten in some fights with my mom and I don't know how to answer her. So I need to learn how to communicate and be more obedient to her. And Gita's speak on obedience on Sunday really helped me out because I learned like how to talk to her and how to listen to her too. So thank you, Gita. That helped me a lot. And I think I need to tell my mom when I don't want to talk to her that I need time to think about how I can respond to her. And then I think she needs to listen to me too. So we both have to listen to each other. So it's kind of on both ends. So yeah, so I think God's been trying to tell me through my mom that I need to listen to her more and be more obedient. So thank you, God.
Not too long ago, my mom had breast cancer, and then this was like a really big shock for my family and myself too. And then, so like we were just all down, and then usually when I have these emotional problems, I usually just go to my mom, but since she's the one who had breast cancer, I really didn't know where to turn. So then I went to God. Like, yeah, whenever I go to my mom, she always tells me to pray to God, but I never really do. But then when she had breast cancer, I had no one else to turn to, so I just went to God and I started praying a lot more. I didn't just start praying at like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but then I started to pray more and more. And so, and then a little after, it was Good Friday, so my older brother Kevin took me there, and then we had worship. And usually during the worship, I usually just stand there all awkward with my hands behind my back, and then I just look around people, and I'm kind of embarrassed just to like even sing. But then when my mom had breast cancer, I just felt, just vulnerable. I just kind of wanted to just give myself up to God. So for the first time, I just put up my hands, closed my eyes, and I just started singing. And it felt really good just to like just give myself to God, and then it just really felt good to me. And my brother Kevin spoke at DCLA, and I went to go see him, and there was worship too, and then I felt I got blessed there too. And then whenever I saw my mom in the hospital, I just realized that how blessed I really am. That I have so much family, because every time I go there, there'd always be people there, just keeping my mom company, and then that just really made me feel how blessed I am. And then, yeah, so I guess the thing is, just don't feel embarrassed, just to give yourself to God.